Coldplay's 2025 UK concert has gone viral worldwide after frontman Chris Martin made a deeply emotional and unexpected dedication to actress Dakota Johnson. The unforgettable moment took place in front of tens of thousands of fans when Martin suddenly shifted the high-energy set into something far more intimate. "This one is for someone very special," Martin said softly but clearly, holding his acoustic guitar. Immediately, cameras turned toward Dakota Johnson, seated in the VIP section. Her surprised reaction lit up the giant screen, and the crowd erupted into thunderous cheers. Martin then performed a rearranged version of a Coldplay song, infused with raw emotion and personal meaning. Fans were stunned when he added never-before-heard lyrics, words that felt like a private message made public. Dakota, visibly moved, covered her mouth with her hand as her eyes welled with tears. Moments later, she stood and applauded warmly, drawing even louder cheers from the audience. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags like #ChrisForDakota, #ColdplayUK 2025, and #SpecialForDakota quickly dominated global trending lists across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Clips of the performance circulated at lightning speed, sparking endless speculation about the couple's relationship, which has long remained low-profile. The emotional climax arrived as Martin closed the song. Bowing deeply, he whispered into the mic, "For you, always." Johnson wiped away tears as the stadium responded with a standing ovation. It was a moment that transcended music, an open declaration of love witnessed by the world. International media outlets quickly picked up the story. BBC called it one of the most emotional concert moments of the year. Billboard highlighted how Coldplay transformed a massive show into a deeply personal experience. Meanwhile, Vogue described the gesture as a celebration of simple yet profound love. Fans remain divided in their interpretations. Many believe this was a signal that Martin and Johnson are ready to take a major step forward in their relationship, with speculation of an engagement swirling online. Others see it simply as a heartfelt gesture of love and appreciation. Regardless of interpretation, one thing is certain: Coldplay's UK 2025 concert will be remembered as a defining moment in pop culture. Chris Martin's special dedication to Dakota Johnson not only stole the show but also etched itself into music and entertainment history. What do you think? Was this just a beautiful onstage surprise, or a hint of something much bigger to come? The night at Wembley Stadium in London had already been filled with dazzling lights, fireworks, and the anthemic soundscapes that only Coldplay could deliver. But as the concert reached its midpoint, fans sensed something different in the air. Chris Martin, usually animated and constantly engaging the audience, suddenly grew quieter. He walked slowly toward the center of the stage with just an acoustic guitar, and the entire stadium seemed to collectively hold its breath. Dakota Johnson, sitting just a few rows from the stage in the VIP section, appeared relaxed at first, smiling warmly at the electrifying atmosphere. But little did she know she was about to become the centerpiece of one of the most unforgettable moments in live music history. As Martin strummed the opening chords, the energy of the venue shifted. Gone were the flashing lights and booming percussion. Instead, a hush fell over the tens of thousands of fans. His words, "This one is for someone very special," echoed across the arena. And when Dakota's face appeared on the massive screen, her expression of shock and tenderness instantly captivated both the audience in the stadium and millions watching through live streams. What followed was not just a performance but a personal message disguised as a song. Chris Martin's voice, already renowned for its emotional resonance, carried an extra layer of vulnerability. The lyrics seemed tailor-made for Dakota, lines about love, resilience, and being each other's anchor through storms. Fans who knew Coldplay's catalog inside out were quick to notice that this was no ordinary arrangement. There were subtle lyrical changes, small additions that hinted at inside jokes or memories only the couple might share. Dakota, visibly moved, placed her hand on her chest and smiled through tears. Every reaction was magnified on the big screen, creating a cinematic moment in real time. The stadium roared with applause, but still, the intimacy between Martin and Johnson remained palpable, as though the world had vanished, leaving just the two of them. The reaction online was instantaneous. Within minutes, TikTok was flooded with clips of Dakota's emotional response. On Twitter, fans began dissecting the new lyrics, speculating about hidden meanings and potential hints about marriage. Some even pointed out that Martin had paused for a split second before singing the final verse, locking eyes with Dakota before whispering words that the microphone barely caught. Amateur lip readers claimed he mouthed, "I love you." Whether intentional or not, the speculation only fueled the fire. Major media outlets scrambled to publish breaking news articles. Rolling Stone described the gesture as a public love letter disguised as a ballad. The Guardian called it an unexpected twist that turned a concert into a global headline. Entertainment Tonight, meanwhile, dedicated a full segment analyzing the couple's timeline, from their first sightings together in 2017 to this breathtaking 2025 public declaration. But what makes this moment even more remarkable is its timing. Coldplay is in the middle of their Music of the Spheres World Tour, the final chapter, a series of concerts that many speculate could mark the band's last large-scale global tour. Fans believe Chris Martin wanted to immortalize his relationship with Dakota Johnson in front of the world during this historical run. If this is indeed Coldplay's farewell to massive stadium shows, then Martin ensured that his legacy was not only about music but also about love. Of course, this gesture sparked debates among fans and media pundits alike. Some argued that such a personal moment shouldn't have been shared so publicly, while others insisted that it perfectly reflected Martin's artistry, blending his personal life with his music to create something universally relatable. After all, Coldplay has always thrived on emotional honesty, and this performance was perhaps the most genuine expression yet. Beyond the romance, the spectacle itself was masterfully crafted. As Martin played, the stadium screens displayed a custom visual, constellations forming a heart that gradually illuminated in sync with the music. Fireflies like lights danced across the audience wristbands, a Coldplay concert tradition, creating a galaxy of glowing stars surrounding Dakota. It wasn't just a song. It was an orchestrated moment of art, intimacy, and theater. By the end of the night, Dakota Johnson's presence at the concert was trending almost as much as the band itself. Fans left the venue saying they felt like witnesses to history, not just attendees at another show. Even those who weren't Coldplay fans admitted the moment had universal appeal, love, vulnerability, and surprise on a stage that big transcends fandoms. Speculation continues to grow about what this means for the couple's future. Some insiders suggest that Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson, who have kept their relationship relatively private over the years, may finally be ready to take a more public step. Theories range from an imminent engagement announcement to a surprise collaboration in film or music. While nothing has been confirmed, the intensity of the speculation shows just how powerful one single performance can be. For Coldplay, this was yet another example of how the band redefines what live music can be. For Dakota Johnson, it was a once-in-a-lifetime gift, shared not just privately but with the entire world. And for fans, it was a reminder of why live concerts remain such profound cultural experiences. Because sometimes, in the middle of lights and sound, real human emotion breaks through. The 2025 UK concert will now live in music history not only as a spectacular show but as a moment of raw intimacy broadcast across the globe. Whether this becomes the beginning of a new chapter in Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson's love story or simply a treasured memory, one thing is clear: the world will not soon forget the night when Coldplay's music became a love letter. So now the question lingers: was this just a beautiful romantic gesture, or a signal of something much bigger on the horizon? Fans will be watching closely, because after this performance, every word, every lyric, and every glance between Chris and Dakota carries more meaning than ever before. In the hours following the concert, the ripple effect was impossible to ignore. Videos of Chris Martin's dedication to Dakota Johnson racked up millions of views across platforms. TikTok compilations with dramatic captions like "When Love Becomes Music" or "Coldplay Just Redefined Romance" gained traction instantly. Fans edited side-by-side clips of Chris singing and Dakota's emotional reactions, creating viral moments that spread well beyond Coldplay's core fanbase. Entertainment journalists were quick to point out how rare it is for celebrities of Martin and Johnson's stature to showcase such vulnerability in public. Both have famously guarded their private lives, Dakota Johnson rarely discusses relationships in interviews, while Chris Martin has generally kept his romances out of the spotlight since his high-profile marriage and divorce from Gwyneth Paltrow. That's why this public declaration felt so monumental. It broke their usual pattern of privacy, replacing silence with music. Other celebrities also chimed in. Singers, actors, and fellow musicians shared clips of the performance on their own Instagram stories. Pop star Selena Gomez reposted a fan edit with the caption, "This is what love looks like on stage." Meanwhile, actor Jake Gyllenhaal, a longtime friend of Johnson's, was spotted liking multiple posts about the event. Even Gwyneth Paltrow reportedly left a discreet heart emoji on an Instagram post about the dedication, sparking headlines of its own. Music critics, too, saw this as a defining cultural moment. The New York Times review stated, "Coldplay turned a stadium show into a personal diary entry, read aloud to the world. It was both theatrical and disarmingly real." Pitchfork, often known for its critical edge, surprisingly praised the authenticity, calling it a reminder that the biggest stages can still host the smallest, most human emotions. For the fans who were physically present at Wembley, the memory felt even more surreal. Many described the atmosphere as electric but intimate, with one attendee saying, "It felt like we were intruding on something private, yet Chris wanted us there. We weren't just watching, we were part of it." Another fan compared it to witnessing a proposal in slow motion, disguised as a song. The visuals crafted for the moment are now being hailed as some of Coldplay's most breathtaking. The constellation imagery, the synchronized LED wristbands, the gradual bloom of light forming a glowing heart, all of it designed to amplify the intimacy of the song. Coldplay has always been known for pushing the boundaries of live production, but this took the band's artistry to an even more personal dimension. Some observers argue that the dedication could mark a shift in how Coldplay frames its farewell-era shows. While the band has promised to stop touring on this scale after 2025, Martin's gesture seemed to send a message that their final chapter isn't just about music history, it's also about legacy, about leaving behind not just records and performances but personal memories etched into cultural consciousness. And what about Dakota? In the days since the performance, paparazzi photos captured her leaving London with a serene smile, hand in hand with Chris Martin. No official statements have been released by either party, but insiders suggest that Johnson was deeply touched by the dedication and that their bond has never been stronger. This only fuels the ongoing speculation that something major, perhaps an engagement announcement, could be on the horizon. One thing is undeniable: this wasn't just a Coldplay concert. It was an event that blurred the line between art and real life, a night when a love story unfolded live under stadium lights and was instantly preserved in digital history. Whether fans interpret it as romance, theater, or both, the performance has already become one of 2025's most talked about moments. As fans continue to dissect every lyric and every gesture, the legacy of this night grows. Years from now, when people look back at the intersection of music, celebrity culture, and romance, the image of Chris Martin dedicating a heartfelt song to Dakota Johnson at Wembley Stadium will stand as a defining snapshot of the era, because in a world saturated with headlines, scandals, and fleeting viral clips, what cuts through the noise is something simple and timeless: a song, a stage, and love broadcast to the world.